Hello there. This is New American Now, and the next topic is going to be the current economic crisis. President Obama has outlined his plan for the economy and getting us out of this mess. And it includes investments in healthcare, education, infrastructure, energy diversification, and and he's going to look down the line and says he's going to cut $1 trillion, and this is how he's going to pay for all this. I hope he can do it. I sincerely do. But I must say that no more bailouts. The banks, when the previous administration got the $700 billion to bail out all these assets to get the flow of credit moving again. And this next round of bailouts that went to AIG, I think we need to bring these companies to bankruptcy, have a judicial review, try to get our money back as best we can. No more money. When a financial institution makes a bad decision and they lose all this capital, they deserve to go extinct like any other creature on the evolutionary ladder. So this is what's called survival of the fittest. It's in financial evolution. So these banks have found new ways of stealing money basically from Americans, and it backfired on them. And now they're being rewarded, and my children are going to have to pay for this nonsense down the line. It's unacceptable. This is not going to happen. So no more bailouts. I'm not sure that all of the healthcare issues are the electronic medical records that they say they're going to build to, in effect, reduce errors, and that's going to save money. That's not going to save nearly the kind of money that we're looking at this costing us. So I think tackling the problems with the doctors. I've spoken to many doctors. They are so upset with the practice of medicine nowadays. They can't practice medicine. They can't look out for the welfare of their patients because insurance companies say that they can't cover these people because they have they don't qualify for the particular therapy, or because they have a pre-existing condition, or whatever the term is. But the insurance companies are making the doctors do their bidding, and so doctors are getting very frustrated. They come out of school with a huge debt, and they have to recoup that and pay that debt off. And so like everybody else, I guess, the banks and the government is creating a society of servitude through taxation, through debt, and doctors. You know what? You're going to get better doctors if you get doctors that go into medicine not because they want to make a buck, but because they want to help people. That's a better doctor to me. And I think we need to move in that direction. We need to make medical school more affordable because they're performing a service to mankind. And as long as they give that back in the form of service over a period of time, I'm sure that any doctor or person that's thinking about becoming a doctor would love to get a free education, or an education they can actually afford, and work that off in the practice of medicine, because that's what they want to do to begin with. So I think that would benefit our society better than an electronic medical record system. Education, that's part of the equation, but it's a long-term equation. It's nothing that we're not going to get a return on our investment in the short term. That's a long term, and that's an important thing. Infrastructure, very important. That's how business gets around. The wear and tear on trucks, the getting people to and from jobs, things like that, making that easier for them. That's an important thing. We don't need any more bridges falling down. In the energy diversification, we definitely have to get off oil. But I think there's a lot of special interest that's pushing the other way. We need to get the special interests out of Washington. We are the special interest. The people of the United States are the special interest, not the companies. And I think the role of the government should be to encourage business, while at the same time balancing that with the protection of the citizens of the United States, and not the other way around, protecting business at the expense of the people. And that's just not doable anymore, and that's the way it's been going. So we need to start producing more here. So if you want to sell products in the United States, you better start employing Americans, because you know what? We need to stop buying. Not necessarily stop buying, but we need to start making companies perform. If they want to do business here, they're going to have to at least come to some sort of an agreement. I think transparency in wages. I think people should know what other people are making with similar jobs. I think if Jim makes $40,000 and Sally's going for Jim's job, she should be paid the same amount of money, and she should know how much he made. I don't think it should be a big secret. That's just nonsense to keep all of this secret, because that's how the employer keeps the employee in the dark, and that's wrong. I think that shouldn't happen. I think we need to get rid of the Federal Reserve, because they're neither federal and they don't seem to have much reserve. So why bother? They're not even a part of the administration. They're just kind of this entity that's out there. Read some books about it. We don't need them. They seem to be manipulating the interest rates, along with the Treasury, of course, which happens to be housed within the confines of the White House. How convenient. And they seem to be manipulating the money so that, they cause this real estate nonsense. So, you know what? I'm not actually looking for the government to solve this problem, because the government is part of this problem. It is the thing that caused the problem in the first place. By lowering these interest rates, bringing in this cheap Chinese money, getting people to go out and consume and buy things, because that's what you can do for the economy. You got to go out there and buy, and throw stuff out and buy some more stuff, and fill up your landfills, because we need you to buy. We don't need you to make things that last anymore. It used to be made in America. Things lasted, and they don't last anymore. It's a throwaway society, and that's not a way to live. We're killing our environment. We're killing our people. And we got to look out for each other. So let's have a little compassion. Let's stop the fighting between Democrats and Republicans. Let's get this thing rolling, because I've had enough of this nonsense. So I need to hear some real information so that I can make a good decision on whether I want to send these people packing or re-elect them. And no more term limits. We need term limits on the Senate and the House, just like we had for president. So it's too much power in too little hands, and it's time for the people to get power and take that back. So give me some comments. Let me know what you're thinking, and whether you agree or disagree. All right, go.